Hey there, Assalamu alaikum. My name is Nagina Matiza. Welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to share my zucchini burrito recipe with you. I've got all of my ingredients right here in front of me. So let's follow the recipe step by step. Here is what you need to do to make these tasty burritos. First of all, you can see the toppings that I will use for my burrito filling. I've got chopped onions, tomatoes, yellow, red, green, and orange bell peppers. These are some of the ingredients that I like to add in my burritos. Of course, you can add corn, you can add black beans, chopped up carrots, whatever you prefer, you can add that. In this bowl, you see I have minced beef, so that's lean, not too fatty. And I've got some marinara sauce that I'm going to use to create the pasty texture. Then, of course, I've got my zucchinis. I haven't cut them or anything, so I'll show you because we have to carve them. I've got two different kind of cheese here, so I'm going to use marble and mozzarella, salt, black pepper, and I will be using avocado oil for this. So what I need to do first is, let me just put this aside. I need to cut and core the zucchini. So these zucchini boats are hollow, so I can fill them with meat and everything else. Be careful when you're taking the middle out. Zucchini can break, so just be cautious when you're taking the middle part out. I'm telling you, and I almost actually broke this one. Yeah, I don't have the the utensil that you can use to carve it, but the spoon will do fine. I mean, you can see I'm carving it out with a spoon. So there we go. I'll show you one, and then I have to do 3 more pieces, and then we'll start the cooking process. I am using beef, but if you want, you can use chicken. I even actually had one with tuna. It was pretty tasty. Tuna was good too. So there you go. This one is done. Look at that. You see how hollow this is? So, and it's nice, and it's not too thin, it's too just perfectly. I cored the middle piece out. Now I am not going to throw that. A lot of people say that, oh, this can be bitter sometimes, but once I mix it with my minced meat and rest of this the ingredients that I've shown you, this is gonna taste perfectly fine. So I am going to save all the core that I've just taken out, and when I'm cooking the meat, I will add that in there because that has a lot of nutrients and you don't want to lose that. So let me do the rest, and then I will show you what I need to do next with these zucchini pieces. Okay. All right, so this zucchini has been carved. I've got all of my 4 pieces ready. I've got all the middle part right here. I'm going to put it aside because I'm going to use it to cook. So what you need to do is take a little bit of avocado oil or olive oil, whatever you like, and just rub it on the zucchini, the inside part, okay? Because this is going to bake in the oven for about 10 minutes, right? So you want the zucchini to be nicely cooked, or be a little bit tender. At the same time, have the oil texture on it to make it even more tastier. You can also try desi ghee or melting the butter and using that. Oh, my oven is ready. So again, depends on what you like. A little bit sea salt, not too much, because remember, cheese is pretty salty. So, and we're gonna load this up with nice 2 different kinds of cheese, right? There you go. And crack some black pepper on, to give a little bit of a flavor. If you really want to, if you're into spicy food, you can also add some paprika while you're baking it. So this is how it looks. What I'm going to do next is, this is ready on my tray. I'm going to bake this in the oven for about 10 minutes. And then while this is baking, I'm going to make my cook the meat and rest of the ingredients that are here for the filling. So let's put this in the oven, and when I come back, I'll take you over to the stove, and we'll start the cooking process. All right. Okay, so my pan is nice and ready. I'm using my cast iron to make this. I have already added some avocado oil at the bottom. What I'm going to do next is just take maybe half a teaspoon and add some cumin seeds to start, frying cumin seeds in there. You can hear, right? It's going to add this nice flavor. And then right after that, add the ground beef. Now this is going to be, you have to make sure that you break it up nicely so it cooks properly, okay? I'm going to cook this for at least 5 minutes before adding rest of the ingredients, and I'll show you what spices you can add, what I add, and obviously these are all optional. If you want, you can add the same spices. If you don't like spices or whatever you like, you can add at that point. So for now, I'm just basically cooking the minced meat with cumin seeds. Okay, let's just cook this. Yeah, so when I come back, I'll show you what spices I need to add. The meat is ready. I actually didn't even cook it for 5 minutes. I just did it for 3 minutes and it's ready. And because I'm using cast iron, and once cast iron is ready to be used and it's nice and hot, the food actually cooks much faster. So I didn't use my full 5 minutes. And the meat is nicely, you can tell that it's brown. It's not red. So what I'm going to do next is, again, this is the part where you can adjust the spices according to your own taste. If you don't like spices, then add whatever you like. So this is a little bit curry powder. Okay, just a tad bit. I'm gonna add some onion powder. Okay, let's add some garlic powder. Alrighty. Then I'm going to add some paprika. And that's it. All right, so I am also going to add a little bit of cayenne pepper. Okay, here. I want it to be a little spicy. Again, optional, so you don't have to do that. If you want, you can add crushed chili. Just maybe, not even sorry, I can't, here. Half a teaspoon of crushed chili just to give it a flavor. So what I'm going to do next is mix it around. So it breaks up properly. Okay. And it already has really nice smell to it, because the beef is actually, the minced meat is actually cooking and it's dry with these ingredients. So I'm going to make sure that it's all nicely broken. One more thing that you could add is just a little bit of black pepper powder, and don't forget some sea salt. You'll need some salt to give it a flavor. So that's that. At this point, you can also add the cores that we took out. Just mix it around so it's not too big chunks. I'm not going to add the whole thing because I've got tons of meat and I have to add other spices, but just a little bit so it's not being wasted. And of course I will use this for something else, the rest. Okay, mix it around, make sure the chunks are actually smaller. Okay, there we go. See that? So look at the texture of this meat. You see how dry and separated it is? That's exactly what you're looking for, because you are going to use this mixture to fill your burrito. So if it's too liquidy, then it's gonna become really soggy. So it has to be a little bit of a dry texture in order to get the end result. What you're looking for is nice, juicy, cheesy center. There you go. Now this is how it looks. prior to me adding some green veggies. Again, these are also optional. I like these ones, so I'm adding that. And plus, these, I had these, number one, and they are within the keto cooking style, so that's why I'm adding. Beans and corn doesn't fit there, so I thought, you know, let's not add that. Okay, so this is ready. I'm not going to cook it too much because I still want the veggies to be crispy. What you could do next is, again, very optional, but it's going to create, you see how the mix right here is sort of separated and looks a little dry. So I'm just going to add maybe 1 to 2 tablespoons of marinara sauce. Mix it around to give that juicy texture. There you go. And that's it. So this is what I am going to use to fill my zucchini burrito boats, right? I already took the zucchini out. You can see it. So one of the zucchini is actually, it became flat. I'll still fill it out, but I hope that it doesn't leak out. But the other 3 pieces are nice and deep. So what I'm going to do is let me swap this around and use the tablespoon to fill these zucchini boats, and then I will add some cheese and put it back in the oven for another 5 to 7 minutes and quickly bake that so the cheese is nicely melted on top. Okay, so let me fill the boats and then I'll show you. Alright, so let's take this mix and fill this boat. There you go. You know, the zucchinis that I bought, they were not that big. Actually, coincidentally, I bought them and they didn't have the big size ones. So these these boats are really tiny. But I mean, you know, if you are planning on making this, then you can, when you go to grocery store, search for bigger size zucchini. So it holds. See that? It holds a lot more. Let me turn this exhaust off. It's really loud here. There we go. Nice. Another healthy way to eat veggies, I guess, right? I'm hoping that my kids will also like this. You know, it's really hard to get them to eat vegetables, so this is my way of making it interesting for them. All right, so what I'm going to do is I am going to use, I'm going to make 2 with mozzarella cheese, and I'm going to make 2 with marble. So it's the cheddar mozzarella mix. Again, whatever you like is what you should make your zucchini boats with. They all taste good regardless whether it's mozzarella or cheddar. At the end, it's just your preference, but marble looks nice. Cheddar is really stringy. So there we go. So these are my zucchini boats loaded with meat and cheese and some bell peppers and, you know, nice spices and everything else. Let me separate them. I don't want the cheese to go. There you go. So yeah, you can add a little bit less cheese if you want. There you go. So this is gonna go in the oven and I will bake it for 7 minutes, but it could be ready before that. So let's see. I think it should be 5 to 7 minutes. All right. All right, so these are nicely baked. It actually took less than 5 minutes. It just took 4 minutes for me to bake these. Remember, zucchini is already baked, meat is already cooked, so it shouldn't take that long to get the cheese to nicely melt and everything else. So they look very tasty. Let me take them out and put them in a plate without breaking them. There we go. Nice. Yes. Doesn't it look so nice? Nice and juicy. So, okay, so there you have it. Now, if you want, you can add some parsley on top. I love the taste of parsley. Has really nice and refreshing taste, so I'm going to add some there. That's the close-up. All right, so let's enjoy this. Let me see how the spices and everything else. It actually is cutting very nicely. Let me see. I don't want it to be too spicy. At the same time, there has to be some sort of spice, right? Very nice. It's still very juicy from inside. Veggies are very crispy, and surprisingly, zucchini still has a little bit of a crunch. So that's actually really good, because remember, one of my zucchini boat went totally flat, so I was really scared that it's going to be soggy, but it's not the case. So it's really, really tasty. You know what? You try this and tell me how it turns out for you. Okay? Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's recipe. Please do remember to subscribe to my channel. Till next time, take care and stay safe.